Congratulations on reaching the halfway point of this 7-day strength camp. You need to pat yourself on the back for having made it this far because it's not easy. Focusing on our health amidst all the obstacles that may be happening in our lives is a challenge. Stay focused and determined. Your results will come and things can get better. In today's class, we'll be performing the 2 movements we did on days 1 and 2, but seeking higher results. So for example, if you were able to perform the armchair push-up for 16 seconds, try to aim for above 16 seconds today. That shows progress. That shows you're gaining strength and your body is responding. These exercises will help strengthen your legs, upper body, and core, adding greater capacity for balance throughout your entire body. This will help you walk more easily, walk for longer distances, turn more easily, fall less, and have better coordination. Let's begin. We're going to execute a dynamic heel slide, which is going to actively work our hamstring as well as our thigh. Notice Miss Elizabeth has her shoe off, she has the sock. It's going to create a little bit more less resistance to be able to move through the range of motion. I'm going to execute it with the shoe. Let me spit it out. It's just going to give me a little bit more resistance, a little bit tougher for the movement. You can make sure you're noting that in your progress journal so you know what you did during the set. All right, let's go ahead and scoot forward. We are using our left leg, so the right one's going to be bent at 90 degrees. Let's extend our leg all the way to full extension, ankles flexed.
Okay.
We're going 7 seconds each direction. A slow, deliberate movement. When you cannot continue with proper form, don't force it. Just write it down. Live to work another set. Jump back in and finish it with us. Ready to rock and roll?
Yes, sir.
Let's do it.
Yes,
all right. Initiate movement slowly. Bending that knee, bring that heel towards that chair for 3, 2, drag that heel, 1, now transition, head back out. Notice Miss Elizabeth and I paused to the turnaround, we didn't jerk back out, you're keeping it slow and muscle-led. Transition, dragging that heel back in. Now we're working the hamstring as you bring the heel underneath that body to the chair. Pause, back out. Now it's the quadricep as we extend. Squeeze the thigh, actively engage. We're looking to increase, transition, the mobility of our lower left limb. Here we go for 3, 2, bend the knee, 1, now back out, flex that thigh, breathe freely, sit tall, take what you can for 3, 2, 1 to full extension, now bend that knee, drag that heel, here we go, breathing in through the nose, out through the mouth, 2 to full flexion, 1, pause, let it be muscle-led, head back out. If you feel any discomfort during this exercise other than muscle fatigue, disengage, make a notation, head back underneath, and focus on doing it safe and effective. As you come underneath, drag that heel to the chair for 2, 1, back out. Notice we're in the last 30 seconds of the set, looking to fully exhaust the muscles so you get to the point where the muscles cannot continue with proper form. Back underneath, heading back towards that body, bending that knee, dragging that heel to the chair, and taking what you can for 2, 1, last effort. Let's head back out. Think about sitting tall. Think about squeezing the thighs as you extend for 2, 1, and disengage. Relaxing completely. Yes, ma'am, right? No problem to do that, right? Because that burned. So make a notation in your journal. Make a notation in regards to if you wore a shoe or you didn't, whether you executed the entirety of the set or you didn't, and ways that you can continue to increase the difficulty of the set. We're going to execute a dynamic heel slide with our right leg, a unilateral exercise, which is going to exercise the hamstring and the quadricep. Now, this doesn't have to be pretty. We're going to take our best form, our best effort. I'm going to give you an example. We're going to start with a straight leg all the way out. Notice Miss Elizabeth is executing this without her shoe, with her sock. You can do this on a slick surface to make it easier, on a towel. You can actually do this laying down as well, but we're going to do it seated here today. In a second, Miss Elizabeth isn't going to do it yet. What we're going to both do, I have my shoe still on, which is just going to create resistance, is we're going to start to bring the heel in. You're going to literally bring the heel, try to come all the way to your chair. We'll pause and then head all the way out. We're going to go 7 seconds each direction. When you can't continue with proper form, you know you did it successfully. All right, here we go. Let's initiate movement. Slowly coming in, bending the knee, 4 seconds, 3 seconds. Heel comes to that chair, 1. Now transition, head back out. Now we're working the thigh. Try to keep it as smooth as possible as you extend. 2, full extension and pause, straight leg. Now heading back in. Think about bending the knee, drag the heel towards the chair, giving your best effort. 1 to the turnaround, now back out. Let's extend, getting some functional ability and movement out of this lower body, specifically right side. 1 to the far turnaround, now back in. Bending that knee, dragging that heel, trying to bring it all the way into that chair. 1, now back out. Now we're working quadriceps, so we're working thigh and hamstring or back of the leg. Working them both, really getting after this lower body here. Transition, back in. Great job, Miss Elizabeth. Dragging that heel in towards that chair for 2, 1. Now let's transition back out. Quadricep, extending, thinking about going to full extension, trying to stay on pace and tempo. 1 to full extension, now back in. We're in the last 30 seconds of the set. If at this point you are no longer able to continue with proper form because the muscles have given you all they have, we're heading back out, then you would notate that in your journal so we can be measured in regards to what your body is giving us each time. Heading back in, final effort, dragging that heel in, bending that knee, yes ma'am, giving best effort. All right, transition, final effort, heading back away from the chair, squeeze the thigh, extend the knee for 3, 2, full extension, and 1, disengage and relax. Shake that booger out if you need to. Very nice job, Miss Elizabeth. Make any notation you need in that booklet that'll allow you to know what you did this time and how you can increase the difficulty and get more out of it next time. We're going to execute a steady pace metabolic trunk circle, working this core, not only the obliques, transverse abdominals, rectus abdominals as well. Let's get after that trunk strength. Let's scoot forward just a bit into the chair. 2 different ways we can take our arms across the body until we get used to and comfortable with the technique and form, or you can come back behind your head with your hands, making sure your posture is tall. I would suggest starting with hands across until you're able to execute the entirety of the set and then increase the difficulty with the hands. All right, so this is a long range motion. Keep your eyes on me the entire time for prompts, cues, pace, tempo. We're looking to successfully exhaust the trunk in no longer than 130. All right, let's go ahead and get to the starting position. Posture the body up, hands across the chest or behind the head. Now, let's go ahead and slowly follow my lead. Clock is on, leaning forward, squeezing the abdominals, now to our right. Nice and slow, breathing freely, follow my lead. Now slowly heading back. As you come back, think about squeezing the abdominals, holy moly, feeling the abs, now coming back forward. Now, eyes to me, follow my tempo, breathing freely, we're forward, back is flat, pause at the front, now slowly head back across. In through the nose, out through the mouth, don't run off. If you find yourself faster than Miss Elizabeth or myself, slow it down, catch back up with us. The entire time squeezing these abdominals back to the front. Now flatten your back out right here, chest up, slowly to the right, breathing freely. Notice I'm not collapsing my body at all during this set. I'm flattening out. We're at the back, pause. Now slowly come forward, keeping your eyes on me, breathing freely, leaning forward, keep the back flat in posture, squeezing the core, pause at the front, flatten the back, now slow to the right. Metabolic engagement here. If you start to lose form during the set, that just means you're successfully exhausted. That's a good thing, not a bad thing. You disengage, note the time so we can make sure we're marking in our trusty progress journal, and then you would jump back in and try to finish the set with us. Here we go. In that exhaust zone, we're at the back, pause. Now slow forward, flatten the back out, squeeze the abdominals, gauge that core, in through the nose, out through the mouth. Breathing freely back to the center. One more full time around. Slow and controlled. Flatten our back out. Squeeze that core. In through the nose. Out through the mouth. Coming forward for the final time. And we're all disengaging slowly. Now, good work right there, Miss Elizabeth, in regards to heading completely around, not getting too quick, following my tempo. Miss Elizabeth's going to go ahead and write a plus next to her progress journal on the trunk circles, and she's going to indicate she'll take her hands up behind her head next time to increase the difficulty just a little bit. We're going to execute a steady pace metabolic static hold armchair push-up. Whether you have armrests on your chair or no armrest, we're going to use the wheels or the armrests. All right, let's make sure we scoot forward. We're going to straighten our legs, flex our ankles. This exercise is going to work your triceps, back of your arms, the anterior delts with the shoulders, and the chest upper body in general. This is great for functional strength movement, getting in and out of the chair, and allowing you to be confident in your strength and body. All right, let's go ahead. We're going to test this range of motion. We're going to press through hands at the top so that you're able to lift your rear end off the seat. Notice shoulders are depressed, slight bend in the elbows. All right, we will engage until we get to the point where we can no longer continue with proper form. All right, here we go. In 2 seconds, back is flat. 1, let's begin. Slowly press through, elevate up, drop the shoulders. One of the things Tino stresses in regards to this armchair push-up is make sure you're able to clear your bottom up off of the seat. You're not using your feet, we're letting the upper body engage. If you need to remove a cushion from underneath the actual seat in your chair, do so. Allow yourself the ability to extend that upper body and lift that body up off of this chair. Breathing freely, dropping the shoulders, keeping the slight bend. It protects the elbows. Look at you go, Miss Elizabeth.
Woo-hoo.
Actively engaging. In through the nose, out to the mouth. When you get to the point where you can no longer continue with proper form, that's a success. Don't force a set. Slowly lower the hips, note in your mind on the clock where you found the successful spot so we can then record at the end of the set. You'll shake out that burn, attempt to go back in to the proper form, disengaged. Good, Miss Elizabeth, making a note. Miss Elizabeth, did you make a note where you found that disengagement?
45.
Perfect, so she'll remember that. As soon as she can, she's gonna jump back in and attempt to continue to work through the set. If you need hand cushions underneath your hands during the set, do so. Plan for that before the exercise set. Drop the shoulders, slight bend. We're in that exhaust zone. Shake is natural. Now remember, make sure that fan is on us. Make sure you're not overheating. If you feel yourself getting dizzy, nauseated, overheated, disengage. Don't be stubborn. Come back when you're ready and feeling cool. All right, here we go. Drop shoulders, slight bend, take what we can. In through the nose, out through the mouth. Holy moly, I'm getting close.
Yeah.
Calming that mind. 1, now all of us slowly disengaging. Excellent. Yes, ma'am. Go ahead and make sure we're grabbing that progress journal. We're going to write down where we found the disengagement. Notice Miss Elizabeth found the disengagement before the 60 seconds. That is perfectly okay. Her goal next time in regards to her progress is okay, not plus or minus. And go ahead and make a note, Miss Elizabeth, that you want to try to make sure you pass that 48 seconds you did last time. The most important thing is to give your best effort with proper form. Let's execute a steady pace dynamic hip bridge, isolating our posterior chain, hamstrings, glutes, and spinea erector. This is great for low back, lumbar health, stability, strength, and tighten and tone in that rear end. Let's go ahead and get into position. Miss Becky's going to lay flat. She can hit it with body weight to make sure form gets down on point first. I'm going to slide my resistance band over my left foot. Notice the band is coming to the lateral side of my foot. I'm going to slide the band over the top of my legs, hips, coming across, and I'm going to anchor the band to my opposite foot from the lateral side. We are going to execute this set at a 7-7 tempo. I'm flattening the band as I lay down across my hips, my pelvis. Let's go ahead and elevate the hips into the air, squeeze the rear end, initiate movement down slowly for 7. 6. As you come down, take the rear end towards your heels. For 2, at the bottom, don't relax. Slowly head the other direction. Slow on the way up. Don't run off on us and go too quick. As you elevate to the top, 2, 1, squeeze the rear end, then back the other direction. Notice our knees are flared. We're staying through our heels the entire set. 1 to the bottom. Turn around. Now very slowly back the opposite direction. As you elevate, squeeze your rear end. Flare your knees. Elevate those hips. Feel a burn, then back the other direction. Even on the lowering, squeeze the rear end. Focus on actively engaging the entire set. Heading back up slowly, no more than 130 to successfully exhaust these muscles. If your hamstrings cramp, all you do is slowly lower the hips down, straighten the leg out, the hamstring will uncramp, note the time, jump back in without resistance, right? Take what you can. That is the goal. Fully exhausting these muscles with integrity-based form. Here we go. We're getting ready to head into that exhaust range. Elevate and squeeze. We're there. Slow back down. Focus on pressing evenly through both of these heels the entire set. 1 even engagement. Heading back up. Should be feeling a fatigue in the hamstrings, a burn in the rear end. Elevate those hips. Should also be feeling a little bit in the spinea erector or low back. If you feel low back pain, disengage. Don't be stubborn. 1 to the turnaround, heading back up for the final time, slow and controlled, squeezing the rear end, taking what we can, elevate to the top, now slowly coming all the way down to the ground. If you have the resistance band, make sure it's coming off slowly before we disengage. Grabbing that progress journal, go ahead and make notations. Miss Becky, did you execute the entirety of the 130? It looked like it. I would suggest writing in there that you add resistance, add a colored band next time so we can continue to progressively increase the difficulty set and get the most out of it. If you were able to beat your time from the previous exercise, then congratulations. If not, don't worry about it. You're not going to be beating records every time you exercise. What's important is that you show up and put in the effort. Results come from setting a trend and continuously communicating to the body through exercise. Your body gains strength when it decides it's time to adapt to the training you're consistently putting it through. Show up 2 to 3 times a week, give it your all, and over time you will see strength improvements. And remember, that's the beauty of a progressive exercise system. You will be able to continuously grow strength. It's not about doing 2 sets and 20 reps with a 3-pound dumbbell forever. Your body will get used to that level of exercise and not have a reason to grow stronger. Because our program tests the boundaries of your muscles on each and every set, you're going to be getting stronger and stronger. For tomorrow's class, we'll be focusing 100% on nutrition and what goes into a healthy meal. Nutrition and exercise go hand in hand. Nutrition is your body's fuel as well as building blocks for forming muscular strength. And of course, now that we've provided the stimulus to our muscles with today's exercises, they will be recovering on our rest day tomorrow and growing stronger. Again, with MS workouts, your body is always working harder and getting stronger, especially on the days that you're not exercising. It's important to understand that. Good work today. Keep up that positivity. Things have only just begun.